that our officers get are quite serious injuries, and we would want to cushion them from being able to destabilize the other medical facilities where every other person, patient is taken to. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Rais, tunakushukuru, tunakupenda na asante sana kwa sababu umetuunga mkono. Tunauliza tu uendelee kutusaidia, kututafutia rasilimali za kuongeza mambo ya vifaa vyetu, na hao maofisa kama umeona ni maofisa wazuri, wako na nidhamu, wako na ujuzi, na ile wanahitaji tu ni msaada kidogo ya kuboresha vifaa, aswa vifaa vya angani ambavyo vitatayarisha saidia mambo ya vifaa ambavyo wanatumia wakiwa ardhini. Kwa hayo mengi, naomba tusimame tumwamlike Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Haya, Governor, Mheshimiwa Rais amesema ukuja usalamiane kwa niaba ya unajua Mheshimiwa Rais, usipotoa hiyo order I cannot do it. This is a very constrained environment and that's how we work. Lakini Rais amesema Governor salamiane kwa niaba ya community. Karibu Your Excellency Governor.
Your Excellency the President wa Jamhuri yetu ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, my colleague Governor Tutu wa Narok County, CS wa Interior National Government, Bwana Kindiki, my former colleague and CS wa Tourism, Heritage and Wildlife, Penina Malonza, PSs ambao wako hapa, the Inspector General of Police and the Deputy Inspector Generals of Police, madaktari ambao wanahudumu kwa polisi pia ambao walituonyesha hii hospitali, mabibi na mabwana, yangu ni machache. Kama governor aliyechaguliwa hii county, nataka kuchukua nafasi hii nimkaribishe rais wetu hapa Kitui, kwa sababu hapa tuko ni Kitui County. Watu wa Kitui walipeana 300 hectares here initially, na wakaongeza another 5,300 acres. And courtesy of that, mambo yanaendelea. Nataka nimshukuru pia Deputy IG Noah Gabo kwa sababu alinialika hapa a few months after I was sworn in as a pioneer governor wa Kitui County mwaka wa 2013. Kulikuwa na maafisa ambao wamemaliza kozi yao na akaniambia nije tuwe pamoja, na nilikuja. Wakati huo hii facility ilikuwa ndogo, lakini sasa naona imeshapanuka na hii ni kitu mzuri sana. 2 or 3 of the facilities which are being developed here, Your Excellency, the hospital, which is part of the health sector, is at full function. Mambo ya sports, we can say is a concurrent function in the sense there are parts which are supposed to be performed by the national government and other parts by the county government, na kwa hivyo kushirikiana kuifanya hiyo kazi itakuwa muhimu sana. Na kwa hivyo nataka kukuhakikisha where collaboration is required. And I thank Mr. Gabo when he said wana hii mobile facility ambayo ilienda Lamu na ikaja Kitui katibu watu 2,000. Hiyo ndiyo inatakikana in our country, where even if you are the disciplined forces na hapo nyumani, and I am talking about the past. We don't want to stay fixated in the past. We want to ask ourselves, now tunaenda mbele, what do we do differently? What we do differently tukienda mbele, even if you are disciplined forces and you are located in a place like this, please try as much as you can to work with the community, to be friendly with the community. Na nataka kukuhakikisha rais, hii AP Border Patrol Unit inafanya na inaishi vizuri sana na watu wetu. Mimi nina ushuhuda ile inaitwa testimony, kwa sababu wakati nilipochaguliwa nilikuwa natembea hapa kutoka pande ya Kitui kwenda Mwingi. Mwingi, this is the main way you go to Mwingi from Kitui town where the county headquarters are. Na wakati nilishindwa kura, ama to put it more correctly, when I was not announced the winner, na mtu mwingine akaingia, nilikuwa ninapita hapa kwenda kuomba kura. And what I witnessed from the officers wa hii patrol unit is nothing but professionalism. Walikuwa wanasimamisha magari, na from their training, because they are trained even to sniff where there could be possibilities of insecurity. Wanatoa watu kwa magari, na wanatoa kwa heshima, na watu wanaambiwa vukeni where pale wameenzeka vitu vya kuzuia watu kupita, na wanaenda mbele na gari inakaguliwa. Hata wao wanatoka bila mizigo yao na wanaenda mbele, gari inakaguliwa kabisa. Na hiyo ni muhimu kwa sababu wanatutunza sisi tusiwe kwa hatari. Na hata mimi nilikuwa nimeambia madereva wangu, security wangu, tukifika hapo tukisimamishwa tusimame, mfungue vioo na mujibu maswali kwa heshima. And the officers were very professional. They will ask us, good morning or good afternoon, mnaenda wapi ama mnatoka wapi? And then they talk nicely and ask us questions which are designed to ensure security is maintained. Kwa hivyo, allow me, Your Excellency the President, in front of you, niseme these are professional officers. Wamesaidia sana. You know, a lot of us who live in Nairobi don't realize why we have had things peaceful. It's because partly of what they do here. Na nataka hata mimi kushukua nafasi hii ni washukuru. Shukurani kubwa kwangu, kutoka kwangu. Muendelee hivyo hivyo na tusiangalie nyuma. Rais wetu, wewe ni mtu wa kazi. Leo najua una another function where all the 47 governors we are supposed to be. I was supposed to be on that side. But kwa sababu ile heshima ambayo tunapeana sisi magavana na rais wetu na deputy wake, tumesema rais akiwa kwako, county kwako, na wewe ni governor, please all the other things become secondary. Kwa hivyo hiyo nilisema iwe secondary, niwe hapa nikukaribishe, na tukitoka hapa tutaenda na wewe. Asante sana Metitu Ole Kato, kwa sababu hiyo ameshikanisha vile hiyo itafanyika. Tutaenda na wewe mpaka niwe kule magavana wenzio watakuwa, na nadhani ndugu yangu Ole Ntutu pia tutakuwa na yeye. Na kwa hayo machache, because sasa ni mimi nitakualika, si Kindiki. Wajua Kindiki alikuwa senator. Na nadhani kwa sababu walikuwa wanaita magavana to grill them. Ajui when the governors are elected and they are in their county, huwezi kutaja majina lao peke yao. lazima waite wao wenyewe wakaribishe rais, hata ikiwa ni sherehe ya aina gani. Kwa hivyo hebu nichukue nafasi hii nimkaribishe rais wetu. Tafadhali tusimame tumkaribishe vizuri. Karibu rais, karibu. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Governor. Tafadhali tuketi. Asanteni sana. Mheshimiwa Governor wetu wa hapa Kitui, waheshimiwa mawaziri, Inspector General wetu wa polisi na DIGs na officers wengine wote, makatibu na officers wetu wa hapa Kanyonyo, hamjambo. Kwanza mimi nataka nimshukuru Mungu kwa kutupatia nafasi tuweze kufika hapa siku ya leo. Niwapongeze kwa yale mambo mazuri ambayo tumeona hapa Kanyonyo. Pia nishukuru wananchi wa kaunti yetu ya Kitui kwa heshima mliotupatia na hasa mliopatia jeshi letu la polisi, mkatoa ardhi ili tuweze kujenga institution hii ya training, na tukapata vile vile mahali pa hospitali na mambo yale mengine. Tuko pia na airstrip hapa, tuko na stadium. Mimi nataka niwaambie watu wote wa Kitui asante sana. On behalf of the government of Kenya, I want to truly appreciate the partnership and the relationship between the people of Kitui and our security agencies. And we have assembled here today to mark a tremendous milestone in the transformation of the Kenya National Police Service. We are all used to the service motto, Utumishi kwa wote, which has been the yardstick of our expectation for 6 decades from our policemen and women. We always evaluate the performance of the police in terms of the extent to which citizens' expectations have been met and the degree of their bravery, selflessness, gallantry, integrity, and responsiveness shown by its members. It has been generally accepted in the past that the police service must perform to the highest standards under the greatest hardship, and this has fostered a high expectations mindset complemented by a philosophy of neglect. The difficulty experienced by members of the police force in delivering to these high standards has always been attributed to rampant corruption and a runaway culture of impunity. But I dare say that those days are firmly in the past, and that improvident ideology has been retired. The government fully recognizes the National Police Service as a critical institution that is indispensable to peace, security, law and order, which in turn are necessary conditions for all human endeavor, including the pursuit of sustainable development and shared prosperity. Our policemen and women are front and center in ensuring that we have shared prosperity. For this reason, the government recognizes that for the police service to live up to its constitutional mandate, it must be adequately facilitated through sufficient resources and other forms of support. This support entails recognizing that the National Police Service is made up of individual professionals with basic human rights who are entitled to motivation, guidance, training, and education, as well as health and psychological support in order to attain the highest standards of professionalism and discipline expected of them. In fact, the National Police Service is obligated under the Constitution to train officers to the highest possible standards of competence and integrity, and to respect human rights and fundamental freedoms and dignity. It is also mandated to foster and promote relationships with the broader society. It is clear, therefore, that our high expectations of members of the police service must be accompanied by adequate facilitation to enable them perform to those high standards that we expect of them. In recognition of this reciprocal obligation, the government of Kenya is committed to guarantee the institutional independence of the service by making sure they have financial autonomy. That is why I ensured that the Inspector General of Police is designated as the accounting officer to ensure that resources meant for our police service are spent in the manner in which our police service want resources spent. The government has also invested in a comprehensive medical cover to cover the provision of high-quality medical services to members and their families. The services extended to the provision of mental health services accompany that medical insurance scheme. In addition, I recently presided over the inauguration of the National Police Leadership Academy, which will inculcate the highest standards of integrity, transparency, and accountability, respect for fundamental rights and freedoms, and the observance of the highest constitutional standards. The government is also investing in the National Forensic Laboratory to enable specialist detectives solve complex investigations and support prosecution with strong scientific evidence. As I speak to you, the Police and Prison Service Reforms Task Force is busy at work, interrogating a broad range of issues affecting service delivery, including the terms and conditions of service of officers. Even as we make progress in enhancing our support for members of the service, we are also waiting to implement recommendations of the task force to take the police service, men and women, to the next level. I am highly encouraged that with what I have seen on my tour of the facilities completed and those under development. They are magnificent symbols of Kenya's commitment over police service over our times that is professional and that is adequately empowered to give Kenyans the best service. The Border Police Training Campus, Kanyonyo, is a diverse infrastructural complex and a fine testimony of our aspirations to enhance peace, security, law and order by providing members with the best facilities to unlock their highest level of professional performance for the benefit of the people you serve. When I saw what the men and women in this campus go through, it gave me a lot of confidence that the future of our country is in safe hands. And this continuous training of our special units is going to guarantee what the police service constitutionally is mandated to do for our country. I want to commit that going into the future, we will continuously enhance resources available to continuously professionalize, train, and equip our security officers to ensure that they secure the lives, property, and interests and the prosperity of our nation. Let me also say that I have already asked the Minister for Interior to work with the IG of the police on a modernization program that is going to see the government of Kenya spend an extra 20 billion shillings to improve both land and air facilities and equipment for our police service to be able to deliver on their mandate. The Border Police Hospital a 130-bed level 4 facility, will offer specialized medical services, including critical care to police officers, their families. And I want also to confirm here to the people of Kitui that this facility will also be available for the community in this area of Kanyonyo. And we are going to have a conversation with the governor and the county government of Kitui on how we are going to structure the relationship so that this facility can equally benefit the community here in Kitui. I also want to say all the other facilities, including the airport and the stadium that we are building, are available for use by the community here and the people of Kitui County, alongside all the other Kenyans that may want to use these facilities. Let me also confirm here that the government of Kenya is going to complete the airstrip that we are building here. I know you have painstakingly taken time, spent resources with a lot of hard work. And I want to confirm to you that the Ministry of Transport will take over that facility and make it ready for use by both this facility and the people of Kitui County. Let me also confirm that the stadium, and I have given my feedback to the engineer who was designing the stadium, is all equally we are going to take it over. The Ministry of Sports and Youth are going to take over and complete the stadium here, again, for use by our officers in this facility, but also by the community here in Kanyonyo and Kitui County. The PS for Ministry of Sports is here, Mr. Jonathan Mweke. I expect that you will give proper guidance on how to develop that stadium, give them professional advice, and provide the resources for the completion of that facility. I also want to confirm that going through this hospital, I see that there is a lot of infrastructure that is still required. There is a lot of design that needs to be corrected, and the Ministry of Health is going to work with the IG and the DIG to make sure that every correction that needs to be made is made, and all the other facilities, including equipment that are not here, we will provide as the government of Kenya. I was very pleasantly surprised when the DIG told me that the construction of this hospital was done by money collected on the welfare scheme of officers in the police force. I want to say to all the officers who contribute, I am told 50 shillings. And it is a confirmation of what 50 shillings can do. It is quite a learning curve that 50 shillings can build a 100 million shilling hospital. Nilikuwa nasikia watu wengine wakisema ya kwamba shilingi 500, 1000, 2000, 5000 inapatiana kwa hustler fund ni pesa kidogo. Mimi nataka sasa niwaulize kama wakipata nafasi wakuje hapa Kanyonyo waone hospitali ya shilingi milioni 100 imejengwa na shilingi 50. I think they might revise their thinking, and they might know what it means to pull together. From time to time, police officers have had to endure the risk of fatal and sometimes life-threatening injury, as well as highly stressful and traumatic conditions in the course of serving and protecting us. This hospital demonstrates that we have come of age and are willing to acknowledge and embrace and take measures to rehabilitate those affected by post-traumatic stress disorder as well as combat trauma. The Kanyonyo Sports Complex, which is still under construction, represents our commitment to the holistic health and well-being of members by providing leisure and recreation facilities which not only enhance physical fitness, but nurtures athletic and sporting talent while also giving positive psychological intervention. It is therefore important, with the support of the Government of Kenya, that the Inspector General considers ways and means of actualizing the promise of this complex by ensuring that the service employs sufficient specialist medical professionals. Nimeona ya kwamba hapa mko na daktari mmoja na health workers wengine. Please work out with the Ministry of Health on the level of personnel required in this facility so that we can work with the Inspector General to make sure there are adequate human resource, doctors, nurses, clinical officers, and all other critical care staff to manage this facility optimally. The Border Police Airstrip is critical to the police work for logistical and operational support, as well as emergency transport to evacuate casualties, insert and extract deployed tactical units, and supply essentials. This form of support is essential for officers working in difficult, distant, and volatile areas and can make the difference between success and failure. For this reason, it is important, as I have said, that this airstrip is completed, and I undertake that the Ministry of Transport will do the completion and ensure that all necessary navigation equipment is available to make this facility operational. I commend the county government of Kitui for embracing and supporting the development of this campus, and by working with our security agencies to ensure that there is a seamless coordination and collaboration between the community and the leadership of this campus. I also thank all partners, local and international, for various forms of support to the Border Police Unit. The U.S. Embassy in particular has provided mobile field hospital, which we just saw here, which have served close to 4,000 people in Kitui and Lamu counties. I salute the National Police Service for undertaking diverse initiatives and building positive relationships with the local community. Provision of medical services to the public and medical clinics to the locals, as well as the sharing of sports facility with the local population, demonstrate that the service is alive to Article 244 of our Constitution, which calls for fostering and promoting relations and best relations with society. I appreciate the fact that National Police Service is taking advantage of its institutional autonomy to radically improve its professional standards and service delivery while building strong relationships with the public. We are advancing rapidly towards the police service envisaged in our Constitution. I also appreciate with gratitude the indispensable role played by our officers and honor the sacrifices of those who have paid the ultimate price in order to keep criminals at bay and to keep Kenyans safe. We will always remember with humility, gratitude, and admiration the ultimate sacrifice of those officers who lost their lives in the line of duty, and for the sake of their departed souls, will do everything within our power to enhance the welfare and terms of service of all members, including their families. I also recognize the bravery of our Border Police Unit and members of specialized teams, including the Special Operation Group, SOG, and the Advanced Tactical Operations Urban-Rural Formation, who continue their admirable work of defending key national interest installations. The government will take the security of the nation and every citizen seriously, and we therefore commit to raise the institutional, professional, and operational capacity of the service and make it optimal. We shall sustain our endeavor to complete the turnaround of the National Police Service for the benefit of both our officers and the people of Kenya. As I have said, and you will see in the coming months, we will ensure that we build the institutional capacity, the technical capacity, equipment, and other facilities necessary for our police men and women to be effective, to take charge of their mandate, and to deliver to the people. Also expect the commandant of this college to plant more trees. I think it is only fair, Commandant, to use the men and women you have in this compound and those who come in and out to plant more trees around this facility. It will help improve the environmental situation here, and it will also serve to better the working environment for those who are training in this facility. Congratulations to the people who have gone through this college. We wish you well in all that you do, and you have our unqualified support as you defend our country, as you keep criminals at bay, and as you keep Kenyans safe. With those many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity. Our disciplined forces for standing firm to defend our nation. I want to commit to you that we will respect the independence of the police, the operational independence of the police, the financial independence of our units, for them to discharge their responsibilities without fear, without favor, without bias, so that every Kenyan can enjoy the services of our security men and women. I have already informed the leadership of our police that we do not need them to assist us on matters politics. We have enough lobby groups, we have enough pressure groups, we have enough officials of parties to work with us on matters politics. The only thing that we ask of you is to discharge your mandate and make sure that all Kenyans are safe. Their property is safe, and our country is safe. That's all we ask of you. It is your constitutional mandate, and we will do our utmost to support you so that you can discharge your mandate. I also want to single the men and women in our disciplined forces who refused to be recruited into political schemes and machinations in the last general election. I commend you for your professionalism, for your commitment to country, and for being independent of all political and other persuasion. And it is right what you did. Today, much as there is political debate in Kenya, that political debate, though healthy, it is necessary for our friends to know that the servers were open when we all went to the polling station, the IEBC, and our agents. The servers were open when we all were identified biometrically, and each and every one of us was given a vote to cast. The servers were open. It is also true that when the counting was done and the results were posted on the portal, the servers were open. It is also true that when the IEBC was tallying results at Bomas, the servers were open. It is also true that when the matters went for validation in court, the servers were open. It is also true that when the court made a determination of the last general election, the servers were open. To now turn around and pretend that servers to be open at this point in time is to take us for granted, is to believe that there are fools in Kenya. I want to tell our friends that the servers have always been open. They were open during the identification. They were open during the voting. They were open during the posting of the results. They were open during the tallying in Bomas. They were open when the results were announced. They were open when the matters went to court. The servers were open when the court determined the election. To now pretend and tell us about servers is an insult to our collective intelligence, is an insult to our democracy. And I will inform you that there is a big shortage of fools in Kenya. And let me, for the record, paraphrase Bob Marley, who said, "You can fool all the people sometime, and you can fool some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time." So let us understand one another. Mimi sitaki kusema kuzidi hapo. Nilikuwa tunatambua kazi mlifanya kuwa wangwana, kusimamia taifa letu na usalama wakati wote, na mimi nataka niwaulize muendelee na hiyo kazi. The Border Police Unit Hospital, I declare, is now officially open. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Asante sana.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Daktari William Ruto. Nitaomba sote tusimame. Nimuombe Mheshimiwa Rais wakati wa kuondoka